Hi guys, welcome back to Not So Late Night Show. So today we will continue our sharing in the e-commerce space, and today's topic will be on the delivery company. And if you are an online shopping lover, you might be familiar with this company, which typically will deliver the parcel to you using a white van. Yes, this is the company that we might be familiar with, which is GDex. So before we actually go into the sharing session, it's a typical disclaimer that we're going to make where this video is only for sharing purposes. Do not take it for buy or sell advice, right? So without further ado, we'll go into the business information about this company. Uh, it's basically a company that offer express career services. If you talk about the domestic part of thing, they have quite a little bit of the service where you can expect uh, even down to same day delivery services if the merchant pay a premium to it. And of course, if the product is a bit bulky, they also have the bulk services. And if you're not happy with the products as a customer or the receiver, you can ask for the return services, and of course you can pick up from GDex of branches and so on. And if not you're not comfortable of doing e-commerce, meaning you wanted to buy the products, the guy sent to you, you check the products, only make payment. You also can request cash on delivery services, and all these things is actually covered by GDex under their domestic services. And they are not just doing the delivery services within the country. They also allow you to send your products internationally. So imagine you have something wanted to send to your friend that is staying in Singapore. You can actually pay some of the fee to GDex, and then they will make sure the per parcel set up by you will be reaching your relative or friends house at their doorstep. And some of the product can be quite heavy or bulky. They also can do it through their freight services, and they have about 100 over country connected at the moment. So this is the basically the delivery end-to-end services that you can expect from GDex. So moving on from the delivery services, they also cover some of the logistic solution for companies. So imagine your company has specific requirement. Let's say you need to do some security handling, mailroom handling, or project handling for your companies. You can actually get the services from GDex. And of course, on top of it, they also have all the standard logistics services where they have warehouse and distribution. And if your product requires special temperature control, the user can tap on their temperature control room. And of course, they can help you to do the packing and even down to the custom clearance. And from end user standpoint, for me personally, I think GDex has been able to give me this kind of feeling. They are quite reliable. So how are they able to assure that from their product offering is they actually enhance their liability. I mean, they are enhance their services by this product called enhanced liabilities. Basically, you can actually buy an extra insurance when you wanted to deliver the product with GDex. And of course, something went wrong. This thing will kick in to actually cover the losses. And people that typically do delivery services may be coming from the merchant. They sell something and they will be familiar. But if you are end user like myself, I wanted to send something to my friend staying in, let's say, Sabah or Sarawak. It's quite straightforward as well. Basically, you can go through these GDex prepaid services, and then they standardize their service. You have multiple parcel size, and then you just actually buy the parcel. As and when you wanted to use it, you just put your thing inside it and then send it to GDex, and GDex will send it to the doorstep of your friends. So it's quite straightforward, and this is all the services covered by GDex at the moment. And of course, GDex not only have their presence within Malaysia, they also have some of the services set up in Singapore. So they has been active in Malaysia, in Singapore, I think for more than 5 years. Recently, they actually put their, I mean, expand their footprint in some of the country within Southeast Asia. So they have their services in Indonesia through this company called PT GDex Advisory. And one of the key things that you should take note is the one that is highlighted in blue, which is the non-buy express and trading JSC. So this is some of the acquisition happened, I think, 1 to 2 years back by GDex, so that they can have their footprint or have their expansion go to Vietnam. And I think it has been reflected in the results. So later I'll go through it in details. And of course, some of the other thing is they also acquire some of the percentage in this company called Webbyte Sdn Bhd is to cover their software solutions. So this pretty much sum up their company structure. And of course, due to the popular demand of e-commerce within the region, they has been expanding their staff strength and also their fleet size. So to actually cater for all the demand they have at the moment. So straightforward company, something that you can relate to yourself because you basically use their services by yourself, right? So now it's quite interesting that when you zoom into their number, you will know actually, even though the revenue is actually picking up, but some of the reason that actually pull down from operating margin perspective. So before we go into that in details, I will do a quick advertisement on our KayaPlus services, which is our premium club subscription, where we will able to extend you to join a private group where we will do a private sharing every month to cover specific topic to our members. And of course, part of the sharing, it will be in article forms. So the latest article that we have covered is something related to C Limited. It's a company that owns Shopee. And then whether this company has been making a lot of losses, but the share price has been going up. So what is the reason behind? Is it worth you to actually take a look and do the investment? So it's something that we trying to share from the data standpoint. And of course, beside premium club services, we also have this dividend gem course where you will be able to go through with us to have the very specific checklist to evaluate a dividend company. And the latest report that we have covered is on Axis REIT. And if you already subscribe to Dividend Gems and you're also part of the Premium Club member, you'll be able to receive this kind of report on a monthly basis. And the next one is something that quite something that we wanted to put it up and share it back to our premium club members is on our thematic sharing. And the upcoming one, we are going to cover e-commerce value change, and it's going to happen in 24th of September. So it will be priced at 199. If you are the premium club member, it will be complimentary. So this is some of the company that we are going to cover throughout the session in detail. So you can see from the marketplace itself, you got C Limited, Amazon, Alibaba. Go down to the delivery part where GDex is also part of the company that we are going to share in details during the session. So this sum up the summary of our offer, which will cost you about 488 on a yearly basis, and you get to enjoy all the services mentioned by me just now. So now we go into the numbers. The straight answer that you can see from their past, let's say, 8 years performance is undoubtedly the revenue has been climbing up due to the popular demand of delivery services in, let's say, Malaysia or even Vietnam that part under GDex portfolio. But one of the key things that you should take note is starting 2018, the margin has been dropping, and due to the fact that GDex need to be competitive and need to actually drop their price so that they can fight with other provider. There has been a lot of provider coming up within the space. In Malaysia itself, you can see there are some companies that do last mile delivery, very specific. Some company like Lalamove or even Grab go into the space. And then you have marketplace that have their own delivery arm. For example, Shopee Express, Lazada have their delivery arm as well. So this is all the thing that killing the margin that GDex is having, and you should basically take this as an important note before you wanted to put your money and invest into it. So this is the number that you can see pretty much when they segment out their business, it actually fall under three main category. Majority still come from express delivery, and then followed by logistic services, which is something that I've covered just now. And lastly, they also have some of the investment in properties for their warehouses and so on. So one of the key highlight is actually the logistic part. If you look at the profit and loss, they managed to turn around from a losing part back in 2019 and then double up as of Q3 of 2021. So logistic has been showing quite a good result, but of course, from the entire result point of view, it might not be significant, but it's something worth checking out. And of course, property investment are still at the losing side, but it's still at a very small level, right? So we'll zoom into a deeper look by seeing the profit and loss and their operating margin. So even though the revenue has been going up and up for the express delivery segment, but you can see the profits number actually dropped starting 2019. So even though that 2020 the number managed to get quite close to 2019, but due to the further dropping of the operating margin, the entire 2020 the profit number actually lower than the 2019 one. So when we zoom into 2021, it's about the same thing. So this is something that is quite worrying from a delivery company standpoint. But like it or not, this is a space that a lot of people are interested in, and to stay relevant, that's why they need to put their focus into the pricing factor, so that they can able to grab enough volume. But some of the good part is even though the number has been dropping for the express delivery segment, from a profit standpoint, logistics segment has been doing quite well back in the last 1 year. So you can see 2021, the operating margin even go up to 13%. So this is some of the thing that you should take a deeper look. GDex is basically more than just express delivery services. And property I won't cover in details, is quite small in number, and they need all these property investment for their warehousing services and so on. And in terms of country contribution, Singapore and Malaysia has been there for very, very long, and Singapore didn't contribute much. So it's a tiny dark blue line on top of the light blue line. But Vietnam is quite interesting. Ever since the acquisition happened in 2019, 2020 has been giving some of the number in terms of revenue. And fast forward to 2021, as of Q3, the number is actually close to double. So this is something that very important. If they are struggling due to the competition coming from the Malaysia delivery space, expansion beyond Malaysia is maybe one of the good option, and they has been able to show the result through the acquisition that happened in Vietnam. In terms of the balance sheet, you can see from the number it's quite healthy. Asset has been growing. The debt relatively manageable, and is considered a cash-rich company. You can see they have about 270 to 80 millions in the past few years. So it's quite healthy. And if you take a deeper look into the financing part, one of the key highlight is the operating cash flow has been growing. Free cash flow is also growing. So some of the good thing that you should take into consideration from a cash flow perspective. And if you are looking for a dividend return from GDex, then maybe this might not be the perfect uh, company for you to actually get the dividends, even though they has been giving out dividend almost every single financial years since FY 2011. But the dividend yield is not even close to 1%. So this is for your reference from the dividend yield perspective. So after the sharing of a very straightforward businesses, so what is their valuation, right? So this company is valued at about PE ratio of 64 as of the share price back in 3rd of September 2021. So it's quite a high PE ratio. Probably people having a lot of expectation in e-commerce space due to the pandemic, but then the actual number that actually shown to you from the margin perspective, from the current revenue number perspective, I think you guys should actually take a step back and see whether all these factors joined together, is it worth the current valuation, which is about 64 price to earning ratio. And this is basically the share price chart. After the slight dip in 2020 during the pandemic, that's been recovering due to a lot of people having a lot of expectation in e-commerce space. But you should be able to make your judgment right now after the sharing that we have covered in the past 10 minutes. So in terms of what is the prospect and also what is the risk, GDex is actually looking into creating a new industry REIT as part of their next growth phase. So within delivery industry, if you can control a lot of different value change, is quite important, because the more control that you have, the better control that you have in terms of profit margin. So I think from the expansion standpoint, it's quite a logical one. And then we should really put our attention and see how it actually goes. But when we talk about the risk, we should be taking a deeper look on the two largest e-commerce marketplace that we have in Malaysia. GDex only become the partner in Lazada as of now, right? They are no longer inside Shopee after the latest arrangement, right? So, and everyone, if you guys are a frequent online shopper, you know Shopee is basically taking a lot of market share. And if GDex is not part of the game, then this might be giving you some of the threat that you can see in the coming futures. So this is something that for you to take note. As of now, GDex only providing the services as a partner to Lazada, not to Shopee. So, in short, a straightforward company where you can relate how all this money being made yourself, because you know when you make payment to the merchant, part of the money go to the delivery services, right? But is investing into a delivery company a better option compared to investing in a company into, let's say, a marketplaces? If you are a strong believer in e-commerce, actually there are a lot of choice that you can consider, from payment company, marketplace, delivery, and so on, right? So if you wish to have the end-to-end picture of the entire e-commerce space, we recommend you to join our thematic sharing. If you are interested, you can just check out the link in the description. And then it's just 199 one off. But if you are our premium club members, it will be given you for free as part of the premium club services. So really hope to see you in 24th of September. And if you like today's sharing, feel free to give us a like, subscribe to our channel, so that you will be notified during our upcoming videos. So see you in our next sharing. Hopefully we'll be sharing some of the company that you're interested in. So if you have specific company that want us to cover, remember to leave it in the comment section. We'll definitely go through it and then cover it someday in the future. So see you next week. Bye-bye.